right? Like the support that SaD has behind it is absolutely insane. So I'm quite interested to see how exactly that support is going to come into their gameplay, especially now with QoR actually just making the pistol round seem as easy as it looked, right? Already a 3K coming down. Welly, SaD, and Jerwin are gone. So that double duelist, playstyle that we tend to see, it's not going to be able to solidify itself down in this first round, and SaD are trying to redeem themselves with Pain left alone, but that's not going to be easy. First round going over to QoR.
Yeah, just pure.
I'm
convinced now.
Oh my gosh, yeah, and I mean even the addition of like having the Astra here is quite interesting too, because we notice Pain plays Astra rather than having the Omen or the Clove that we typically see in the meta, right? So quite interesting. It seems to work out. They did manage to close off that choke point there that we were seeing Moose hold briefly, but all in all, SaD getting one. That's pretty good.
Yeah, then they cancel, they cut noise, but the issue is they've already been contained. Smoke scaled down mid, and now you have a choice to make. Quad or triple swing into smoke, hope he doesn't multi you down with this Marshall, or go elsewhere, and
the support is there. Obviously so, but a little more support there. Over towards A, and QoR have directed their attention to main, right? So this being the mainstay for them, but also getting two at the same time, picking up Vandals and Phantoms of their own. That is dangerous, Sobi.
Oh, really nice. You've lost mid-door control. What you do? You take A main space, and the pushback from SaD is equally as impressive, right? If you've lost A main space, what do? Take back site space, flip the site, plant 4 instead, back pyramid, play towards orange, and honestly, I mean, yeah, you can get crunched, but it's only noted.
Yeah, this is going to have to be pure positioning, though, when you're looking at the side of QoR. They've lost out on the paranoia. The only thing that Note can utilize at this moment is potentially that snake bite, right? Or the molly. But, oh, no, they get that entry in. They try their best. Moose slowly working it up as well as Kumi. But Kumi can't even fight this. It's 2 players here on SaD that are doing their absolute best to make sure they win this round. They lose this one, it's going to be severely unfortunate as that 3-0 comes through, but of course, the headshots aren't necessarily connecting, and Jerwin with that refrag potential. Dash that gives them information here for QoR to work off of is very prevalent. I mean, maybe even with the entry, we might be able to see Moose do something a little bit more. They do manage to take out SaD, though, so that double duelist connection that Jerwin and SaD have are not going to be used to its full extent. Wow.
Down A.
Oh, nice snake bite flush out, but look at these players just holding their cool, holding the timing, waiting for the fight to come.
Not giving it away too easily, but you know, Smoke does have an outlaw, so they're a little more careful to the way they peek these angles. Although Pain doesn't care, neither does Welly. Having pretty good side by side for SaD.
Ah. The Nebula instead to get the spike to cross safely to back site, but now they know Welly's stuck in this corner and they're trying to isolate it.
Yeah, trying to peek it through. It's going to be a super quick one too. That's a beautiful...
Stays in the dark, but this is a pretty decent call as long as they handle a main control out of SaD.
Yeah, and they still have their smoke set up here for Stellar too, so held where Stellar doesn't even know that Moose is on the other side.
I like this call a lot, actually. Right? You know what their A-hold looks like. You know they take the main space and you couldn't get ahead of it. So what do? You rotate instead off the information that dimensional drift from SaD provides. And now you have a safe plan. You have numbers. You have Stellar on that back lurk that can maybe find smoke on the cross.
Yeah, Hunter's Fury for Welly too to utilize here. But is it necessary? You do have, like, I think the deadliest thing that we can see here is potentially Kumi, and that it will be. Kumi with a 3K. Pushing on to site, and Smoke is following up behind, and they're trying to play together. They're trying to make sure they can get these headshots through, and that they will, leaving Stellar by their lonesome. They know exactly where they are as the noise has been held, and there goes the molly to secure one. Can this be around the QoR? Keeps to themselves, and it will be. That last one. Economy slowly dwindling. This may be the round where they can actually give themselves something to work for here. Now Note's trying to close out an angle and make sure maybe they can take out Jerwin, but it's so scattered that it's quite unoperational, to be honest, at this point. You can't do anything rather than just wide swing.
Win con.
Yeah, time is actually of the essence as well. This is beautiful. Moose doing their absolute best. They know the positioning, though, and the op isn't going to work here for Smoke. And Moose...
Done angle, and the Yoder took D mid space, but you mentioned the ult that they could complicate everything, and that they have.
Wow. Okay, nice Hunter's Fury to try to close everything out. They know that.
Swinging together.
Okay, out that smoke is quite dangerous. Pain does not know the timing of this. The smoke has dissipated well. He cannot get anything from it, but they don't know. I mean, the only person that's aware is QoR, and QoR is actually able to secure this. So they have to get past this smoke, take out the Viper, which isn't going to be an easy feat, right? Stellar is the professional that we've talked about that's elevating this team to the max, and they cannot keep this team alive.
Outlaw and Smoke in the proper position to try and cancel this B hit.
Yeah, they tried their best with the drone, trying to push in, see what they can find, but Notice sitting very comfortably, especially with the Hunter's Fury, just allowing them to get a bit more. The Pain is stronger. It's difficult. There's a 2v4, right? Player advantage leading over to QoR, and they're just waiting for everybody else to push themselves back onto site to make sure that Stellar has been taken out, but Stellar, the information is just better, and their aim as well.
Getting flashbacks to the last time Stellar clutch. The only difference is the timing with Smoke, and it's all down to Pain.
As Smoke's interview said, they just shoot and it keeps getting better, right? So, I mean, can't count out a player that has so much profound confidence, and yeah, QoR is in such a good spot. I do think they're waiting, actually, for Moose to wrap this around. Pain is trying to fight for their lives, and Smoke is the one that closes things. What can you respond with? Especially, I mean, SaD too. I think this is the best site to hit, though, if you are, in fact, on a save round. You can see it from Jerwin, the way that they're playing. But how does that work? It's just a ping that comes through that allows Smoke to secure something on this round. And SaD, they're looking even sadder.
Oh, he finds another jumping from backside for the information. And speaking of info, dimensional drift out, the drone tags.
No, and that's not looking pretty. Well, he tried their best, but they actually couldn't connect the headshot. Regardless, SaD, they're trying to position themselves everywhere, and Pain is better, but Smoke is more. Yeah, but the plan rate that we've seen from SaD is actually quite impressive. They've gone on the site a lot, and they've managed themselves in that moment. The only struggle really is the post. How exactly the execution onto site works itself out.
Look at the call from Fly. He realized he left a gap there. He's usually the one there. Smoke's usually the one there. So the reclair comes through, but the shots are what define it.
Even the smoke that goes down, it gives Moose such leeway there. Actually gives them something, which is exactly what I said, right? Like, they are playing with the smokes and reposition themselves as so. The TP out to make sure that they do not get taken out, but it doesn't matter. SaD, they are fighting. Flash. They haven't peeked on it. They don't know what's going to happen from here on out. And actually, as it goes, Smoke is just fighting with everything. They have all their power, but they're not playing together here from QoR, and it leaves them taking on these 1v1s. But how much can you win? It's a 1v3 scenario here. And the Smoke can come back up on the side of Stellar, but they don't need it because the Smoke is on. Because I do, like, SaD has talked about, apologies, Jerwin has talked about how, like, they are the second-hand duelist for SaD. They make SaD go in and take these shots, but it's not.
Hunter sure didn't see Kumi mid-door either.
No. Oh my goodness, I don't think they even know how many players are going to be peeking out of this angle. QoR so good at playing together and making sure that they have refrag potential, and that they will. 2 players left. And not even playing together. Pain is trying to work their way up towards doors, and now with everybody else gone, yeah, it's going to be, I mean, potential for Pain to actually take something in. This is huge. They've had the 2 players, and now this Viper Spit making way, and no take.
In terms of where they anchor, where they play, and the difference as well, QoR leaning heavily towards B and elbow.
Oh my goodness, and that just catching them off guard, that's got to be beautiful. Note, luckily enough, is going to have to spray through smokes, and the smoke working in favor for QoR right now as they slowly work themselves in. QoR has got one. Remember, this pistol round is so incredibly important. Jerwin might be able to clutch, but no, they're smarter than that. QoR are unstoppable in regards to their knowledge and their positioning, so they're going to play together here. They know that the health is low. Oh my gosh, and that may just well be it, actually. Yeah, Pain getting wrapped around QoR with the information and the reposition.
Of all maps.
Quite hard, too, to like force a stinker and then see what you can do to such a long distance, unless, I mean, really, there is no unless. Smoke is just going to smoke you realistically. So you've lost the one, now you're potentially losing out on your second. and they're just closing this out as fast as possible. But yeah, for SaD, it's hard. They've never played each other before, right? This is like the first occurrence that we've seen from SaD and QoR, Zoe. So it really is like, okay, are the VODs accurate, and how can we adapt live in time?
It's like what VODs? One VOD per team. Swelly? Classics sometimes don't connect. That's what we've learned. But the flawless should get finished here.
Yeah. And that it will.
Yes.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Now you have weapons in hand. Now you get back to business since you did lose that pistol.
Oh, okay. A whiff was not going to serve them well. Yeah, that was a little scary, and it was not going to... They were probably going to troll SaD for like a year after that one. But luckily enough, SaD's running away with one. And they've taken out Smoke, which is a pretty predominant player in this match right now.
Yeah, they were one off, or two off, I should say, from the Dimensional Drift too. And SaD just, sorry, the Omen Viper feels like such a defensive strength for SaD as well.
Yeah. Oh man, and that's beautiful. Okay, that gives them a little more to work with. Unfortunately, though, Jerwin can relax a bit more now. I do see some flashes here that SaD can utilize, and they are not going to need it just yet. Actually, as they've taken out the one, so up to Kumi. And a slow work, and they know that there's going to be more than two. They hear the footsteps. Can they retrieve it? They cannot. So it's a close off here from SaD. There, but Smoke's not going to use it just yet. Waiting for this smoke to dissipate at the perfect moment. Double peek through. This is exactly what we wanted to see from QoR, but they've been shut down. And maybe not. Kumi taking it back. So the positioning was perfect. They still do have a lot of util to utilize from Pain, and the headshots are connecting. This is it. They need the aim to work in their favor. SaD, they need the round, so they don't give it to QoR, but it's QoR's and just slowly wrapping around. I like this. Jerwin taking patience, the name of the game here. And actually with the pistols, they are pushing past.
If he fruitfully clears that window, I was going to say fine note here, but you can see the regroup from Fly. He wants to play the Hunter's Fury, and Stellar left alone.
Oh, it's crazy because I believe we discussed briefly how QoR had no code, correct?
From the notes that we have, the documentation, I don't know if it's changed since the start of the stage, but at least when it started, they did not.
Which is insane. They don't have like that second. Apologize if you are watching. Sorry.
Say it was part of the plan. You didn't want to curse them. And speaking of curses, Jerwin, the off is another pickup that's different.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, already two taken down. It's okay. They've gone down. I mean, unfortunately enough, that is a lot of economy that has gone down with them. But SaD is there to make the connections and keep them in the game. But the patience is what scares me. Are they going to peak in a time that's not suitable? They don't have wellies right behind them. This is perfect. SaD is going to wait. No, they're not. They're going to use the util to make sure that they can solidify this round. So many ults on the board here. On both sides, realistically, there could be so much information that comes through from SaD. Oh my gosh, and Jerwin has been opening up these rounds with beautiful picks on the off here. I'm surprised they went back for B after the bad news, and there's only 2 seconds left, and they're confident. They're really feeling it out, but I mean, regardless with the sandwich in, well, he's going to close it out. I was going to say, like, it's unfortunate, right? 11-8, and at QoR, yes, they do have some rounds to give away. Making sure that SaD can just keep these rounds coming. But, I mean, as it seems, Shot Darts now making their placement, trying to actually reposition Stellar out of their positioning, but they don't know. They've actually heard the TP, and the 3K is theirs.
Gives that confidence back. We said the timeout was just a pep talk.
It was actually a closing series talk for them, especially now, dude. Like, getting out smoke this early is really bad.
That's your star player. That was the Dimensional Drift too. And now I'm with it also. Fly at half HP. There's the sleeper mentality maybe of saving to give yourself another shot, but I'm not even gonna be gifted that.
Yeah, so we can't be peeking angles like that. I mean, regardless, they are able to get one now with Note getting followed up by Moose. And they're getting a bit too aggressive. I feel, yes, I like the confidence, but at the same time, don't leave Moose and Kumi out of clutching these rounds for this team here.
I mean, Dimensional Drift will at least confirm, hopefully, positions. Option misses Pain, good for the trade, and the double.
Oh
no.
my God.
You're gonna leave now, right? Your dimensional dress is all 4?
Wait, I'm sorry, but I love it. They got Smoke to get in on the site, gather the intel, and allow that entry to flourish, and that it will, right? The Hunter's Fury to open things up quite a bit, push these players of SaD back, and Moose now solidifying more and taking out Derwin.
Took backside space off of that cycling orb that replaces the Omen side smoke, and
yeah, now getting on site. This is not the best thing for them right now on SaD. They needed this round, and it will not be given.
I like the patience here. Smoke. Oh, I thought he was gonna get in position to punish the Yoru, but bad timing. Throw in redemption.
You know, when you're playing a Viper, I think that the Viper is the best to see where exactly the opposing Viper will be hiding. I think Node's doing pretty good at trying to gain some ground here, but Seller's going to reposition and actually take a Vandal in their way. No, actually just reposition themselves. So it's looking good so far. SaD have so much room to work with. I mean, the plan's coming down, but realistically, like 20% of the site is SaD.
Kumi's still alive. We've seen Kumi do Kumi things. And unfortunately, a double operator is finally what will bring about his demise. Pain picks up the one gifted from Smoke's loss earlier, and it
just walking out, but it was not. It was not. SaD was over towards A.
Look at his upline.
Yeah, this is good. Derwin! And this is what I like. SaD just being in different positions and taking over the map in places that you wouldn't expect. So now we finally do get to see the Blade Storm. They'll Kumi better in regards to what they can do. And they will continue to fight forward. SaD is in a position, though, that nobody can expect. And it's quite
contained. Look at Pain.
Yeah, they've tried to clear everything out. It's unfortunate. Now, I mean, especially with Welly playing by themselves, waiting for Pain. Can't wait too long. But Pain with a flank, could this be it, Sobi?
Double swing backside, possibly. Welly has to put up heroics.
And that they will. One is good enough at this moment, right? You gather the intel, you make sure that something can happen. They know that they are both backside. Pain is playing with it, and they did perfectly with the...
SaD needed to go back to hitting A and disrespecting this hold sooner. They're doing it to kick off overtime.
Oh, but they thought that the drone would reposition Kumi. Actually, it didn't. So that wide swing from Welly, unfortunately, falling into the trap of that one way. And I mean, now they're going to have to push themselves back even further. But regardless, they've got their one. They've taken out Welly. And that's going to be good enough. But in the meantime, I mean, Dash is coming through. A beautiful decay with a sun that adds on to the power of exactly what core, I mean, SaD has to offer on this entry. They're going to continue this one on. And here it goes. Just looking for more. There's one. Potentially looking for the other. Unfortunately, SaD can't continue this fight as much as they want to. And they did perfect, Sobi, with the entry. They tried their absolute best. Unfortunately, losing Welly was a bit too much for them.
The fact that Kumi gets the kill, gets out, and they have the refloat ready to go is so perfect for punishing these forward-playing tendencies from SaD. Zaj, you can't do anything in that majority flawless rounds, right? And that is crazy to think about. Yeah. We'll see if they can find a similar feat of success here with a heavy mid-fight in a first blood.
Oh my. We could see something different, but SaD with that huge opening pick, making sure the player advantage is theirs, and now working themselves around. Stellar is able to...
It is going to be delayed, so I'm wondering at what point does SaD get intel that they're up this far?
Well, now they know. The plane's coming down. Jumping's unfortunately not connecting some shots, but that's okay. Core, they've gotten the plant down. They've actually taken out SaD in the process. And all they can utilize is maybe some of Welly's util. Derwin does, in fact, have their dash, so that could also be another thing here.
Interceptor 808 at the time, right? No Wraith Flood available.
Oh no, but actually the tether doesn't even come through either. So this is perfect. Fly can play it as they please, taking in a 2K. And this first pistol round potentially, actually going in the way of course. So they win.
Strong start. We haven't seen it in rounds, we haven't seen it in maps.
Pop Flash Smoke is like, get me out of here, but they cannot leave. That is insane.
Round so far.
so cool too, because Derwin has actually in the process picked up that sheriff that we're seeing. I'm sorry, Marshall. So they may just be able to get some sort of damage here. Unfortunately, it's not connecting. We've seen Derwin be insane with the operator, but how well can they play with a Marshall? And it doesn't seem like it's going to be too good coming into this round. Regardless, though, that second round coming through from QoR, unless Pain can kind of pull through with something. Yep, just going to get closed out. Reconvening with everybody in mid, and they're gonna leave Moose alone. Of course, I mean, Moose has been a fragger from the last game, so I'm sure they trust them in that regard, but Derwin is insanely strong with a util and actually solidifying even more damage. Smoke couldn't even peek that angle, and Fly was too scared to do so. So it gives more over to SaD, and it does leave this 2v4. Unfortunately, one pick is not gonna be enough, SoBe, in this moment. Paranoia readily available just in case that push comes through. No is I thought they were going to slow peek that, and I was like, I don't know if that's the play here. But regardless, there is still Smoke gaining information, gaining some of these picks down, and trying to fake a push potentially down towards A. But they have the information. Pain knows exactly what they need to play for, trying to spray through the smoke, and already the tether making sure that they cannot leave their positioning, but SaD are stronger, and they've held out a little more room to play with.
Don't miss me too much.
He's going back. The refrac's activated. This time he has the safety net that he doesn't even need.
Still taken too. I mean, listen, no shields, so it's going to be quite easy for them to take this flawless. So, kind of scary if that they're doing this well on the defense, especially like considering how Derwin is just running away with majority of his picks down in the opening rounds too.
He saw the gun barrel too, and then has the confidence instead to hold main and flick to finish off Smoke. That is just like aura. And speaking of aura, it's been returned in kind by Kumi on the other side of the map, but the reclear of A main clues them in that this is going to be a B-end off of that pick. Gonna come down to Stellar in the timing. If he can reclear B heaven before Welly gets punished.
Oh no, Welly's trying it. He's trying it, and so is SaD. But this is good. You got 3 players actually surrounding mid.
And look at Stellar.
Trying to make sure that heaven is cleared. I like this. Okay, it doesn't matter regardless. We still do at least have like that snake bite that is waiting to be utilized. Stellar does drop down, is caught out by Kumi though. 30 health and a lot of damage, SoBe. So there's a lot of potential. All they need to do is, and they actually have Derwin's ultimate. So in this very moment in time, we could see something crazy come through. The convergent paths that open things up.
You don't want to use it though because of the evolution, right?
Yeah, that's got to be unfortunate. Yeah, they're just going to shut it down. They're not trying to play, for the site. And now, I mean, even then, the timing is just awful. And they're waiting down in the outskirts here for SaD. They're just making sure when they enter, they're getting cut off at the choke point. And that's the punishment. You take too long, and you get punished.
Nice.
Wow.
Where are you?
13 seconds left. Flya gambling for the plant. Welly trying to scale, trying to deny, or at least scare him off of it. But nerves of steel. Now you delay. Now you hope Kumi has a heroic moment.
You definitely knew that they calmed to Welly to just throw themselves back where they came from because they did not want to lose this round. But regardless, okay, Welly is able to get a hero rifle, and then they can execute on Stellar. But it actually seems like Stellar is going to be the mainstay, and the flashes are working perfectly. And there it goes. They have the Guardian, and now they actually have a Vandal in hand as well, or Phantom.
Oh, Interceptor. Gotta be careful where that paranoia goes. They just hold their own and take the fights instead.
Is able to refract themselves back, but with the decay and everything else, is a peak really worth it at this moment? But they don't care. Everybody down towards the back of sight, and Welly is the one who is redeeming themselves this game to make sure that everybody knows that they are
right down into that mid space. I mean, that is a huge 50 for QoR to keep it hand in hand. Sure that SaD doesn't get too far ahead on what you mentioned is supposed to be their weaker half, right? So you
see a bit more here. Yeah.
I like the reclear ramp though. That's a nice compliment to it.
Oh, best bat. Derwin.
Like going into this.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, up in heaven. Do they have anything realistically is the question. Flya holding most of it. And actually, Smoke might be able to apply some sort of flash to make sure they can win these fights. But of course, there it goes. They know that the dash has been made here from Derwin. But nobody else following up. This is unfortunate. Can the defusal come through? It really is up to Kumi to make sure. And that it will be. They don't have any time here from SaD. And that's another round in the hands of QoR.
It's so unfortunate, right? Bolts from QoR.
Bring them down.
Okay. Oh, that's huge. in regards
That's
to
huge.
Wow.
I'll handle this.
There it goes, dimensional drift.
Whoa.
Oh, what? And
No
the
bullets.
reload! Oh my gosh! They didn't even look. They didn't look. They didn't make sure. And now they're gone. Unfortunately, rest in peace, my baby. But 3 players and then the attacking half might have been just messed up off that alone. They have no collection of heaven. And now Druid is able to gain some ground there. Kumi wasn't paying attention. This is a positioning defect. The mechanics are not there today. Unfortunately, in this round particularly, and now it is gonna is perfectly intact with where smoke is residing, and this gets scary. And the moment somebody peeks, they're gonna know. And if they hit in, right, the decay is there, so Stellar's able to secure more than one, and all it takes is reading into the situation. They don't need anything else other than this smoke.
If you throw enough bodies in the pit, eventually it'll stick, right? Eventually you'll find the Viper, right? Stellar says no. And Wally, a worthy sacrifice to keep that cause alive, to keep that control. And I'm surprised, Flya, did you not learn?
Oh. No, they did not. SaD. Coming down back, but now they have a really quick reposition here. Pain did in fact use their ultimate to try to get themselves in, and they use this beautiful wall in their own advantage. That's not even SaD's side. They still annihilate. Unfortunately, Note is just playing on the opposing side and giving SaD more. And lesson learned as it may be.
This round's not over.
No,
if
it's
Moose
not.
gets 2, oh, Pain, the reposition comes just in time. But the decay, wait a minute. As well, out of Stellar.
No, Moose. Don't do it. And it could have been a 1v1 that they had taken. They could have taken Stellar, grabbed the Vandal, and worked with it. But yeah, not going to work that way, unfortunately, leaving smoke in regard to their own utility. But it does seem like trying to shut it down already. Dash is coming through. Jerwin is going to get shut down by Kumi, potentially a second, but Smoke isn't able to reconnect. They're stuck behind the smoke. It works in his favor, but they're not even watching. The damage is big, though.
30 seconds left.
It's the most peculiar side smoke I've seen. Usually it's a little bit deeper, but the front screen's position works out for the double swing, works out for the sight control, and inadvertently works against SaD. So now you get to retake.
Yeah, they didn't get any info off that either. They don't know how many players are there. I guess they can tell off of the amount of weapons that are being shot right now, but Note is strong.
Trades.
And so is Moose. So 1v1 at this very moment. It's a Viper v Viper situation, and it is not planted towards them. They know that they've dropped. Travelers, guys, we really did see game changers, and we're telling you now, dude. That's crazy. Oh my goodness! But beautiful shots already. The Stinger 4, a lot actually. We've seen Smoke do a lot, so I'm kind of excited for this one. They lose one more, and it's a big disparity on that.
I was about to say, how did you get there, Welly? But it doesn't even matter. Moose clears it. You mentioned Smoke. Let's get back to the regularly scheduled program, guys. I mean, look, they have a high low on Plat. You have Fly who's trying to bait him into the swing, and you have the backstab. Nah, Stellar, no way. 15 seconds left. Yeah, you can get the Spectre upgrade, but as soon as you get into the site, Smoke can find Nether. No. He doesn't clear it.
Wow.
He run it back for success this time around. Oh, missed timing from the high low.
Oh, nice. And the dash comes through. Maybe Jerwin can account for something actually beautiful. And they take both sides. They make sure the backside has been cleared. Moose is a match for everybody else, though, as QoR are fixing.
On the other side last time, but no. They have been playing very confident, very forward on these B-holds, and will it serve them well? Seems so. Set up where a fade where Flya supports from heaven.
Yeah.
They get the veto on the side, they get the interceptor up to reinforce, and they've completely redistributed around this map, and that is the only thing that could have flipped this round, and they have found it. But there's 20 seconds left, Gompers. I didn't even notice, and there's a chokehold in Vens. There's no way they can get the spike down at this rate, right? They shot it. Wait.
Yeah, they broke it. And there's the now this is two for Smoke. This is bad because they don't really have a weapon that's going to be able to get more than one, and now especially not even being patient enough to wait for somebody else to drop. They have been taken out, so it's up to Smoke to keep the site. They could take out one, and they're gonna knife. The spike has not been.
I want to look back at moment later.
Well, we so are. I'm curious as well. Jeez Louise. Okay, well, Moose is now holding down in mid. They are able to secure Jerwin. So, yeah, and this is looking good, right? So far, QoR has had such a good win condition in regards to taking out their first pick, SaD.
Smoke on the line. Shots don't align, but you still have support from elbow. Kumi tucked away.
Yeah, and it's these whiffs and these mistakes that just are not working out. But QoR, they always are stronger. And they always make sure they can just smoke and said, let's throw you on the Duelist, let's throw you on the Yori, which is an uncomfortable player to learn. And let's see what you can do. And Smoke has absolutely been dominating. That being said, I mean, maybe SaD has figured out the equation here. Maybe they figured out the weaknesses because they do a very, very quick take when they get on the site.
I'll have to look back at that to see just how fast it fell apart, but looks like for the first time, maybe the close player got punished. A little disconnected on the hold itself, but you're rich at this point. You're not gonna just save. You're gonna see what you can go for, Kumi. Takes one down with him.
We're pushing out a bit here down inside of mid. How well will this work against Jerwin? Jerwin has been somebody who's been the top frag and has been connecting majority of their shots, and now convergent paths, surprisingly enough.
Oh my goodness, and finally we're seeing a team commit to the Vents take, or at least try to. Been shut down again by the Vipers, and oh my gosh, this reclear from QoR is brilliant, or yeah, it is.
Yeah, 3v3 though. You know, 2 ultimates left. We do still have Kumi that could like tear a new one into this team on that.
This is the timing.
Dude, they've smoked every corner off on this site. They are not playing around with space here. And Welly now can actually see where everyone else is. The shot of Kumi gets covered. This is perfect timing. This is perfect timing. They don't know that Kumi's there. Oh, never mind. The gun has been seen. They weren't.
Was going to go. Now the dimensional drift, it finally is technically a beast with their heaven, but I mean, it's not a player you can actually shoot. And
yeah, just an information gather. And this is nice. I mean, you did get to see a brief moment of note trying to use their util to lure these players into some sort of fight isolation, but they have to back themselves up. Now Smoke, they don't know where Smoke is, but Smoke couldn't secure anything. And it leaves SaD with more. They have 4 players left. They have a lot to work with here, but it's a Viper's Pit that has been placed here by Moose. Luckily enough, it actually saves the round quite a bit.
There are 15 seconds left to locate this Viper and try to, or just disrespect and plant Spike. Jerwin kind of the sacrifice here. I like the snake bite as well, so Moose can actually get out of alley. Now you're retaking with the pit already on the Spike.
Oh my gosh, no, the timing has been awful.
What?
Jerwin. Initially, they had been damaged so severely, you would have thought they wouldn't have lasted the round, but now they're taking these picks, and it's up to Moose now to make sure that they can try to get a defusal. They don't even know the positioning that Moose has taken on.
Jerwin's 1 HP.
Jerwin 1v1! They can't get it! It's a insane, right? Welly is able to actually take this over towards no. Yeah, this is not going to look good. And Smoke is unfortunately, you know, stuck with this frenzy. And the weapons just aren't working in favor of QoR. So the lead is looking a bit more in favor of SaD.
Man, I thought we were going to see them anchor on the B side for a second there, out of QoR, and that's when it was going to be a bad rotation, but just the narrowest of timings. Oh, and Stellar, are you there? Is what... Now you're trying to send out Jerwin to search for this. With that, I do like more, right? 2 off from the convergent paths. Jerwin didn't die, didn't get the kill, so at least there's still 2 off from the convergent paths. This is a silver lining. You also have Smoke and his operator back online. He's only been bested in that department by Jerwin.
Yeah, I'm not going to say losing SaD was too much of a punishment. To be honest, we still do have Jerwin, like you said, so... Oh, wow. That's bad. That's bad. Missing out on Welly off that initial push, and now you got to rotate with the Spike on a 2-player hold here on B. Now just trying to convert even more. It seems like Durden with 30 health having to take this 1v1 against Fly. And Jerwin has never lost in their life when it comes down to their health. The disadvantage is not even there. It's not prevalent. They continue to take these fights. And even then with this 1v3, I mean, they've done their best. No, luckily enough. Not even a TP placed. Actually, yes, they do have a TP placed, so they're able to get themselves out of this scenario, and Noda's gonna fight this. They're confident because of that convergent path, but they're still getting taken down because the confidence succeeds them. And at this very point in time, it could be another round in the hands of QoR, unless SaD can pull through with something but 3 players surrounding them.
You had that veto util.
Oh, and a huge reposition, actually. They get this. The flash has been canceled from the video util, and they can continue this play. Smoke waiting for them to peek out, and a beautiful headshot to continue. Entirely, they know that Smoke has TP'd and exactly where they've been. They're not gonna shoot it, and if they go down in this very moment, it's over. Welly is down as well, and it